Hey guys, Dr. Al here from Ascend the Brave. Now, I'm absolutely convinced that one of the most important things that anyone can ever seek to try and master or understand is self-worth or self-value. So bear with me for a second. I'm going to take you on a little bit of a journey. Let's just say that you are a child, okay? You're 2 years old, 3 years old, 4 years old, 5 years old, whatever it is. You can go back in your own life if you want to, or use this as a bit of a metaphor. Now, think about your family unit. Okay, you might have brother, might have sister, but you do have mothers and fathers and people who are, essentially of authority. Now, it can be aunties or uncles, it could be foster parents and people like this. But let's just say that as a child, there is somebody who's kind of looking after you. If you look hard enough, you're going to find them there. Now, as you're growing up, naturally, you see these people as being above you. They're an authority. They're older. They know stuff. They're telling you how to conduct your day-to-day. And they're the ones that control feeding and things like this, feeding and transport and social interactions, all these different kinds of things. So naturally, you put them up there. So I think a natural inclination for a lot of people is to want to try and appease them, to make your parents happy. And no one, of course, is right or wrong for this kind of drive. I've had it very palpably in my life as well. So this kind of behavior is essentially making you a dependent. You're dependent upon the care of somebody above you. Now, I think we all know that there's going to be certain behaviors that are really going to upset them, and certain behaviors that they're going to get praise for. Certain behaviors which you exhibit, which are going to make them like you more, or give you high fives, or give you praise, or give you more food, or give you some kind of reward, right? And these kinds of behaviors can be anything. They can be reciting the times tables. They can be cleaning your room. They can be following your dad around and mimicking things that he does, like repairing a sink or mowing the lawn or doing something like this. Or, it could be mimicking something that the mother's doing, like gardening or cooking or teaching or caring for somebody else, So whatever that behavior, the mind is going to start to link with benefit. Let's just say waking up in the morning, cleaning up your bedroom, having your breakfast, and tailing off to school in the morning without too much of a ruckus. You're going to get the lunch that you so desire, or you're going to have pancakes for breakfast, or you're going to be able to get $5 or $10 for the lunch order, whatever the case might be. Your brain is already starting to hardwire all these benefits from your actions in your mind. So can you see that after, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9-ish years, you've got pretty much a good conditioning of set of behaviors that if you exhibit these behaviors is going to give you within your family unit as much reward as possible. But there comes a problem. When you start to hit your adolescence or your teens, what you want to start to do is you become more aware of your dependency. And you want to try and seek to become independent. You want to try and stand on your own too. So this may be the first time that we become aware of ourselves as an individual, or our subconscious drives, or our subconscious values, or things which are important to us, our destiny that we want to fulfill. And of course, on the other hand, you have all of these so-called perceived authorities and all of their ideals, okay, all of their projections, all their expectations upon you. So you're going to want to know who the hell you are. Okay, if you want to start digging a little bit deeper, you can see why your mind is rushing you towards this particular destiny. Okay, that's the voids. So your values are things which you hold as important. The voids are the reason why these values are important. Okay, things that you perceive are missing, or voids, they're the things that are going to spark you towards this kind of destiny and looking to seek the things that you perceive are missing. The next biggest challenge is going to work out why you are deserved of your destiny. Okay, now some people are going to find this easier than others. But if you have a high amount of self-worth and you're opening up your communication, you're not placing people above you, you're placing them on the same playing level as you. Because no one is worth putting up on the pedestal or putting down the pit. They're worth having level one-to-one open-hearted communication and conversation with. So if you don't value yourself, you're going to be pandering to everybody else to try and get attention, if you will, from these people. Or if they're below you, you're going to be casting your judgments down upon them. Okay, both of those are imbalanced mindsets. So after you've worked out your voids, your values, essentially your self-worth, then you can start to see. So what's the point of all this? Well, if you know who you are, if you know what you perceive as lacking, if you know that everything that is beset upon you is trying to get you towards the fulfillment of your destiny, and you work out that you are worth it, then you can finally start to lead a life which is your own authentic, truthful self. And there is no time for anything else in that world. And once you discover all these different things, there is only one thing which should be important to you, and that is living a life which is on purpose, which is epic, and one which is authentically your own. Because if you don't, you may find yourself being addicted. You might find yourself being bullied. You might find yourself being in a job that you do not like, in a relationship that you do not like, with a family that you do not like, around people that you do not like, and wondering how the hell you got there. Well, we've all gotten there before, but the beautiful thing is you can get yourself out of it. And I encourage you to do so. I mean, why the hell not? The perfect life for you awaits.